Welcome to the Upkeep for Monday, September 11th, 2023.
That's right. It's all of the magic news you need in 10 minutes or less.
And we're recording this episode remotely again. Wow, you get a couple of remote episodes back to back, you lucky ducks, because Megan's somewhere very exciting.
That's right. I am in Rhode Island.
The most exciting state in the union, I've always said.
Exactly. I think it's pretty great.
It has to be so small because otherwise it would just be way too exciting.
Exactly. Texas is so big because a lot of it is quite dull.
Texas burn. You can say that. You grew up there.
Exactly. I'm allowed to.
We're kicking things off this week with a look at the state of the different constructed formats on Magic Arena. They released some new data about this, an overall look at how each format is doing as Arena approaches its 5th birthday. Can you believe it's 5 years old?
I literally cannot.
Neither can I. It feels like it's been here forever, but also just yesterday.
Yes. They say that their goal is, quote, to support as many play preferences as we can while maintaining healthy and diverse matchmaking pools.
Yeah, and I think that's like a delicate balancing act, right? The more formats you put in there, the more the pools are diluted, etc.
Exactly. So Standard is the most played format easily with somewhere between 35 and 40% of players.
Yeah, so Standard's doing really well. Recently, if you're taking a look at the graph of this on the video version, you'll see it's kind of dipped a little bit. That's because we are nearing where rotation would normally happen, they think, but it's not happening. So we're just going to keep going, and hopefully we'll see that come back up with the release of Wilds of Eldraine. And then the same thing is happening as Standard kind of dips a little bit, Historic kind of comes a little bit up, and they say that's kind of the pattern they've noticed in the past.
Yeah, so the least played format, this may be surprising to you, it was to me, is Explorer. It hovers right around 5% and doesn't really change much. It's grown a little bit.
Yeah.
They say, quote, when we introduced Explorer last year, we said it would take several years to get to parity with competitive Pioneer, and we're still on track for that. We think we will be able to achieve this in late 2024 or early 2025 with the release of Pioneer Masters.
So the format that's just above Explorer is Alchemy, actually. It's got about 15% of players on the platform. And like you said, Megan, that was surprising to me to see it above Explorer here.
Yeah.
And as far as how the Arena team feels about Alchemy is something that I was personally curious about and have been curious about for a while. And they say they are, quote, happy with how Alchemy has played out so far. They say the metagame has stayed open and diverse with a good amount of change, even week to week. We feel like this is creating an interesting and engaging format, and the play rate tends to back this up, with both new and veteran players shifting to the format. Very interesting. Yeah.
Brawl is slightly above Alchemy at about 17%. They say that it's grown notably in the last 12 months or so and now represents a decent sized chunk of their play. They're seeing more players who really focus on Brawl play as opposed to treating it like a side dish for their regular main course formats.
Oh, that's so funny. That's also extremely interesting to me. People just playing Brawl as their main way to play Magic Arena.
Yeah.
And finally, Historic is in second right after Standard with around 25% of players, and that format is growing. They say the strong play numbers for Historic let us know that there are a lot of players that find that format fun as well. So that's a look at how formats are doing on Arena. Really interesting stuff.
Yeah, we mentioned this is because it's Arena's 5th anniversary. It celebrates 5 years on September 27th. And if you tune in tomorrow on the 12th to twitch.tv/magic at 10 a.m. Pacific for weekly MTG, Arena team members are going to be discussing the birthday and talking about what to expect from Arena in the future.
What I want to know is, will there be cake? That's my number one question, but I suppose I'll find out tomorrow. If you want more interaction with the Wizards of the Coast team, you can actually chat with Wilds of Eldraine designers Jay and Ian on Magic's Discord coming up on Tuesday, September 19th. So if you have thoughts about that set, that is a place to talk about them.
Yep, September 19th is also the day that you'll start getting free rewards in your Arena inbox and deals in the store to celebrate the 5th birthday. And Maria, if there isn't a cake pet, I'm going to be really mad.
There has to be a cake pet, at least a cake emote or something.
Oh, I want cake pet.
Now that you said that, I'm like, I'm sure that there's got to be a cake pet.
Right? There's got to be a cake pet.
There's got to be something.
There's got to be
something. Well, coming up this weekend is the Arena Open. I'm very, very excited for this, everybody. It's going to be Wilds of Eldraine Limited. Day 1 is best of 1 or best of 3 sealed. And if you make it to day 2, that's when you get to draft. You get to win a chance to win up to $2,000. Entry fee is 25,000 gold or 5,000 gems. And if you enter, you get a Talion sleeve, which is very cool.
Yeah.
And you can get ready for the Arena Open by listening to Good Luck High 5 this week because, Megan, we're talking data.
That's right. Next up, for a sad piece of news, Magic said goodbye to legend Sheldon Menery this week. He was beloved by so many players. He had a super long and storied history with the game. He started in the very early days and helped shape the Judge program.
It's just really impressive stuff. A prolific writer known by so many players, also known as the Godfather of Commander, which, I mean, if you're known as the Godfather of Commander, that's a pretty huge deal in Magic these days. He was instrumental in the format's creation and development and was also a founding member of the Commander Rules Committee, overseeing the format's evolution into one of Magic's most popular formats.
If you've been online at all over the past week, I'm sure you've seen what a profound impact he had on people. There's just so many tributes to him, so many thanks, so many really beautiful memories of him. So if you want to kind of like see more about the way that he shaped the game and shaped the community, you can certainly go and see a lot of different people reminiscing about Sheldon.
Absolutely. So Good Luck High 5 wants to say thank you to Sheldon for everything that he has done for the game over the years to make it so great.
Finally, the World Championship is next weekend.
Hard to believe.
Feels impossible. It's going to be Standard and Wilds of Eldraine draft. It has almost 200 competitors, making this the largest Worlds field in a long time.
I know. I'm excited for a large field Worlds. We haven't had one, like you just said, for quite a few years, and it's going to mean things are going to play out a lot differently than we've seen at past recent World Championships.
That's right. You can get ready with lots of content over on magic.gg all this week, including metagame breakdowns, player profiles, Worlds history, and so much more.
Yeah, and next week on Good Luck High 5, I'm sure we're going to try and get you ready for the World Championship as well. So tune in this week for getting ready for Wilds of Eldraine Arena Open, and next week for getting ready for the World Championship. Hey, it's all bangers all the time over here on Good Luck High 5. Well, that's all the news that we have for you this week. Thank you for tuning in, everybody. Remember to check out our full-length podcast, Good Luck High 5, and support us over on patreon.com. Why did I snort?
Right in the middle of it.
Wow. Patreon.com/GLHFMagic. Help me buy a new nose. I think I just inhaled really fast. I don't know what that was. My God.